Not every sale happens at the register. Before AT&T Business Wireless, checking out customers on our mobile POS systems took too long. Basically a staring contest where everyone loses. It's crazy what people will say during an awkward silence. Now transactions are done before the silence takes hold. That means I can focus on the task at hand and make an extra sale or two. Sometimes I do miss the bonding time. Sometimes.
AT&T Business Wireless. Connecting changes everything.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
I looked at the temperature and they said it was like 95, but it felt like it's 107 out there right now. And I'm like, man, hold up. You know, look at my boy. He want to get in on the action.
What's up, Rover? What's up, Rover? May hold up is the way we say it in the H, because that's how it's felt, man. Look, I'll tell you this. It was so hot on Saturday. I walked from my driveway to my mailbox. I got like a community mailbox, right? That's like half block away. I walked to it, and by the time I got back, I had to change. I was so sweaty. It was coming through my clothes. I was ready to go get some lunch. I had to change. It was so hot.
I did the same thing, man. I went to just took the trash out, and I came back, man. I was sweating like crazy, and I was like, man, you got to be kidding me.
Well, to put it in perspective, Booker's walk from his front door to his mailbox is a lot longer than my front door to my mailbox, which is down the street. It's a bit of a longer driveway than what I have.
I swear, man. I was like, man, I'm taking the trash out. And, man, by the time I finished, I did a couple of runs, and I swear, man, I was blown up. I was like Bagwell in that match at Tacoma, Washington. Blown sky high.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, Book. Book's driveway is so long. If it was 98 degrees outside and I had a $10,000 check in the mail, I'd have to think twice before getting it during the afternoon time. I'd have to wait till the evening hours.
It's warm out there right now, man. I swear to God. But it's all good, man. I don't even know where we want to start. Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned Buff. Have you talked to Buff in a while? When's the last time you saw Buff Bagwell? Because the last time I saw him, he did that thing with Maven because he had his leg amputated. He had, the below-the-knee amputation, I believe, done. Have you seen him at a con or got any word from him since then?
I mean, we text.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We text. You know what I mean? I sent him a message, I'm sending him well wishes and whatnot.
Good.
He was just on my mind, like heavily, just because Bagwell and I, we went through a whole lot, man. We went through a lot together. We was in the trenches a lot together as well. A lot of matches, singles matches, tag matches.
Right.
We came from that same territory down in Dallas, Global Wrestling Federation. So man, we got a lot of history together, and definitely I was worried about it when I heard about it.
What was the what was like when you think of Buff Bagwell? Like, what do you think of when it comes? What was like the first, other than I guess y'all's match on Raw? Like, do you think about the tag matches when he was American Males? Like, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of him and y'all's work together?
It's easy, the handsome stranger. That's what I think about when I think about Bagwell. Is the handsome stranger. In the Global Wrestling Federation, Missy Hyatt pretty much got him kicked off. As far as, the gimmick and whatnot. But I'm not, she got him like in WCW, but I think she might have even had something to do with his career as well. But nah, man, he was just a good looking kid. He had that baby face, feel, he could go out, he could work, he could drop kick, he could leapfrog. He was a worker, that's what I remember. And then I remember, getting in WCW and moving up the ranks, relatively quickly, But Yeah, I mean, no, he was definitely that kid. I remember that kid more than anything.
Yeah. Because I think that, like, for me, when I was watching WCW, this is like, I started watching the kind of, what is it, maybe 99-ish is when I remember, like, flipping between. And I wouldn't do it often, but Buff Bagwell, when he made the transition to with the top hat, and the very over the top persona, that was when as a kid, he caught my attention. Like, he definitely caught my attention when I was young. I was like, oh man, this guy's crazy. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
He had the shades. He did the whole nine. And did you think that when you were working with him in a tag, did you think like, oh, this guy could be a big singles guy? Or were you even thinking of it like that back then?
Never really thought about it. Never really
Yeah.
thought about it at all until Marcus went singles, and then he started hanging out with started hanging out in the Millionaires Club. Once you start hanging out with the Millionaires Club, man, you know you're moving up. The Millionaires Club was Lex Luger, Steen, Buff Bagwell. These guys, they used to come on the road. They used to bring their golf clubs, and they all went out. It was crazy. It was a trip, you know what I mean? And then I found myself playing golf, later on in life. I mean, in the beginning, I'm like, look at these guys. And then I found myself sneaking away to go play 9 holes before a house show and stuff like that. But nah, man, he fell right into it. I mean, he seemed very, very comfortable being a singles wrestler. It seemed like Buff really, really wanted that mantle. He
Sure.
wanted that championship. He wanted that major run. It's a shame. It really is a shame that Buff Bagwell didn't get a chance to have a run, in any major company, in the United States outside of WWE, outside of WCW. It really is a shame. It really is.
Yeah, I like I said, I remember because to me, when you're young and you're watching this, everybody's a star, right? There was no difference to me between a Stone Cold and a Road Dogg, right? Or The Rock and Val Venus. Everybody was a star when I was watching WWF. And for WCW, when y'all came over in 01 in the Invasion, to me, everybody was a major star. Because, sometimes like the Invasion angle, people are like, oh, they didn't have Hogan or they didn't have Goldberg or whatever. And I was like, I never thought of it that way because I was like, man, Booker T and Diamond Dallas Page and Buff, they all seem like top guys to me, right? They all seem like huge stars to me. So when Buff came over, I remember I watched that night in Tacoma. I was watching live. Like, I'll never forget it. He seemed like somebody who's just going to have a nice long run with the company. And I think that if he had come in maybe at a different point, like, because some guys waited a year to come in. Maybe by that point, it would have been a different terrain and he would have fared better. I don't know what was going on in his life or what happened. But, a lot of those guys, when they came over a year later, think about it. They all worked on top. Like Kev, Hulk, Scott was only there for a second, but he worked Austin at Mania. Steiner ended up working with Triple H for the title. Goldberg was working for the title. Everybody worked on top when they came in. So maybe you think that would have changed at all if he would have waited? Or do you think that he had to come in when he did?
No, it wouldn't have waited. It wouldn't have changed. He would have waited. Nah, a lot of, Buff Bagwell, like I said, I love Buff Bagwell. He's a friend of mine. But Buff perhaps came into WWE with perhaps the wrong mentality. And I've heard a lot of other people tell this story. I don't know how they seem to have been around, at the moment in time when it actually happened. No, I'm serious because I was there and I'm hearing these stories and they're pretty accurate. You know what I mean? Because I remember, I can't remember. I was just watching somebody tell this story, and it was when Bagwell and I was being talked to about this match, and our guy that we was talking to was Pat Patterson. And Pat Patterson told us to do X, Y, Z, and not to do, and X, Y, Z as well. And Buff goes, look, Pat, I'm going to get over. And I go, that might not be the right choice of words to use right now. You know what I mean? We just got here.
Listen here, old timer. I don't need your help.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you don't want to put yourself in position where you got to over deliver.
Yes.
All right. You don't want to put yourself in a position where if this don't happen, that could happen. You know what I mean? To you. And I think Buff came in still with that WCW mentality. As far as I'm a star. I'm a star. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna get over. The people gonna love it just like they did in WCW. But for me, I didn't think that way. I came in and I said I'm gonna leave all my accolades in WCW and I'm gonna start over from scratch. I gotta figure out how to make it in the locker room before I have a chance at making it in the ring. I know these guys aren't looking to help me out here, and help me get to the next level in the WWE. That it's just not the way it was, the way I looked at it. So I came in with a different approach, and like I say, I remember it took me about, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and I remember I was dressing in the locker room with all the boys, and there was a boatload of boys. I mean, it was I don't know, man, I don't know, bunch of guys. There was no space in the locker room, and I remember coming to work one day. And I'm walking to the locker room, and Taker goes, "Hey, Book, won't you come dress over here with us?" And I go, "All right." And it was a TV locker room, and then I go, "Okay, I guess I'm in now." But it took me some time to get those guys to trust me. I think more than anything, to see that I was, on the team, and I was willing to go out there and put in the work, and pretty much the rest is history. But we got to take a break. Man. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
What's up, guys? It's the Boat, Brad Gilmore. You know what I'm about to talk about, because you know what? Confidence matters in every part of life. Whether it's stepping behind a microphone, walking into a big interview, or just feeling like the best version of yourself, confidence can make all the difference. And that's exactly why Blue Chew Gold is a sponsor of this show, and that's what Blue Chew Gold is all about. Blue Chew Gold is designed to help support the complete experience. It combines 4 ingredients into one label. 2 ingredients help physically, while 2 support arousal and desire in the brain. Oh yeah, it's about feeling more confident, more in the moment, and more like yourself when it counts. Oh yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage is thinking that too, So if you're looking to turn up the confidence and enjoy the moment a little more, Blue Chew Gold is worth checking out. There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com, but we've got a special deal for our listeners. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd month free with promo code Booker. That's promo code Booker, Booker. You will also receive an additional 10% off and free overnight shipping on your first order, because you need it as quick as you can, brother, as quick as you can. Visit BlueChew.com for details and important safety information. We want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast, and also for sponsoring all the action that goes down in the bedroom. Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh, man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting. No questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are, with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style, and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves, all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure.
Joining me right now, man, he's the anointed one. You already know what this man's about. You already know he's WrestleMania certified. He's SummerSlam bound. And right now, we're living in an unreal era with the man himself, the United States champ, Trick Williams in the building. Trick, how you doing, brother?
Now that's an introduction, Brad. That's how you put them on the platform and let the people feel it. I appreciate that, Brad.
Yeah, had to, man. Had to. We got to come correct when we're talking about Trick Williams, man. Unreal, though. Let's start right there. The Unreal show on Netflix. Divisive at first amongst some fans. They weren't sure were we going to like it, were we not going to like it. People in the industry themselves were kind of divided on it. But now I think people realize kind of the power of the platform of Netflix and this show. I mean, what are your thoughts on this season of Unreal?
That's right. This season of Unreal will be, no pun intended, unreal. And people keep asking me, Trick, what is your thoughts about them turning the cameras on and digging deep into your life? Are you exposing the business? Are you doing too much? Do you know when to say no, Trick? I'm going to tell you what I said, Brad. I said, look, man, my name is Trick Williams. My birth name is Matrick. Inside of Matrick, you will see Trick. That means if you take those cameras, you hit that red button, and you dig in a little bit deeper, you're just going to get Matrick. But Matrick is not polar opposite to what Trick is. I am the same man. So when you leave that camera on, you'll see a piece of Trick Williams that you never get to see before on SmackDown, that you never get to see on Monday Night Raw. So as you dig in, you get to see why Trick Williams becomes Trick Williams. That's because of Matrick. It ain't polar opposite, it's the same man. So if you want to see something real, if you want to see something unreal, you turn it into Netflix, July 21st, and you watch Unreal, and you see Trick Williams do his thing. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Exactly. Because you're just, look, it's just the volume turned all the way up, right? This is who you've always been. You've always been Trick Williams.
Same man. Same man. Only one person can calm me down, and that's the legend. We could talk about that later.
100%. Now look, when we dive into this first episode, they focus on the why. That's what John Cena says, the why. Why are we doing this? Why are these two guys going into battle with each other? What's the story all about? In your professional wrestling career, you're coming over as an athlete. You're kind of going through the independents. I think a lot of people think, oh, it's moves. It's a moves business, right? We want to do something flashy. But no, it's a psychology business. When did you start thinking about the why?
Man, I knew from the beginning Trick Williams ain't no stunt double. I'm a superstar. There's stunt doubles all around the world, flipping, flogging, landing on their neck, doing anything they can for a quarter. Trick Williams ain't no stunt double. I want the cameras on me. Look, I've never watched the movie. Maybe this is just me. I've never watched the movie and said, whoa, did you see the stunt choreography in that movie? Never once, Brad. Never once. I said, do you see the shoes that brother had on? Do you see how many ladies he had? Do you see how cool his fade was? Do you see the way he smacked that joker right across the side of her head? And that's what I want people to see when they see Trick Williams. Ain't about no stunts. Man, I'm gonna whoop your A. Yo, you know what? That's all I'm here to do. I don't care about no stunts. Can he get the job done? Can he beat a man down? Can he get the chicks? That's what Trick Williams is about.
Yeah, 100%, man. I see. Look, I understand. You're preaching to the choir.
My bad, man. Sometimes I get excited. I get excited sometimes, Brad.
I get it. We all get excited. And we're excited about Netflix Unreal. We're excited about the third season. We're excited about SummerSlam that's right around the corner. I know you're going to go in there and get the job done. I will tell you this, man. You were on every television set as you should have been during WrestleMania season. You were on Sports Center, you were on First Take, you were all over ESPN, and it felt like you were just ready for that. It was like the most comfortable thing in the world for you to get that much media attention.
That's right. Because I'm not a stunt double, Brad. I'm a superstar. I've been thinking about it my whole life. Couldn't wait for you to turn the camera on so I could talk my trash. So I could hold my head to the side and look at you. And say, good morning, America. Trick Williams is here. My whole life, I've been waiting for the opportunity for me to talk my trash. And you going to pay for it? You going to pay for it? I don't got to put a shirt on and I get to say what I want to say? You done messed up now.
You done
and
messed up.
As long as
now.
Trick Williams is here, you might as well turn the camera on because you never know what I'm going to say. ESPN, ABC, NBC, BET, WWE. It don't matter. We on Unreal, baby, Netflix. Let's talk about it.
Now it's on Unreal Netflix. Okay, look, in an Unreal era, anything can happen. We know this now. And look, my guy, you already know him, Booker T, the 5-time champ. Book's been saying if I were to do one more, it would have to be against Trick Willie. It would have to happen. And I'm thinking, look, you're the United States champion. He brought the U.S. title into WWE, right? There's some history there, mentor-mentee kind of situation. What would you say to Book? How would you convince Book to step into the ring one more time?
Man, you know, I would have pitched it just like this. I mean, SummerSlam is gone, but maybe next year at SummerSlam. Who knows? Maybe it's for the WWE World Champion. Who knows? I'm going to say Book. In the year 2027, 23 years ago, somebody made history. 2 black men main event at SummerSlam for the first time ever. Hasn't been done before, hasn't been done since. How would you like to make yourself a two-time main eventer of SummerSlam against another black man? Not any black man, the black man that is your protege. The one that you hand-sculpted yourself and said, Trick Williams, look, this is how you want to approach the business. This is how you're going to make yourself a superstar, Trick. Now, how would you, Booker T, like to step into the ring with that Trick Williams? The one who knows he's the superstar, with all the momentum in the world, with all the eyes watching, left, right, kids, grown folk, it don't matter. Booker T versus Trick Williams, main event of SummerSlam for the championship. One more time.
And there's only one thing you can really say to that. Now, can you dig that? Can you dig that? Trick Williams, season 3, Unreal, U.S. champ, future world champ, surefire Hall of Famer. You're well on your way, my brother. I appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on all your success. I cannot wait to see what's next for Trick Willie.
Hey, man, Brad, I appreciate you having me. I know I got a little carried away, but I meant every word I said. Make sure you chop this up. Let's post this on Instagram and let the people know what's going on.
We gotta let them know so they can talk about it. Trick, I appreciate you, man. Thanks, Trick.
Yes, sir.
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, baby. Oh, yes, man. Hey, man. Before I forget, it's something that we got to talk about.
What's that?
I don't know. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about Power Slap, did we? Jake Hager.
No, we did not talk about it.
Did you see that?
Oh my
Did
God.
you see Jake Hager?
Yeah.
Last Power Slap performance, man. It went down last week, and brother got knocked slap the hell out. I'm talking about it. It was cold, ice cold. And
It's tough.
my thing is, I'm trying to figure out what's the allure, man, to Power Slap, because I was listening to an interview, actually reading an interview Jake Hager was talking about, and he was talking about how he loves the adrenaline of it, being in the action. It's a cross between, MMA and pro wrestling. I don't see that. At all, other than taking a shot, you know what I mean? And you can throw boxing in there too if you want to, or hockey, anything else. But for me, Power Slap, bro, it's definitely a place where you can go pick up a few dollars. But I'm just wondering, is it worth it at the end of the day?
Well, I mean, the short answer is absolutely not, right? It's definitely not worth it.
Can you get rich doing Power Slap? That's my question.
Well, so again, I think the answer to that is no, only because you said it right when you said a few dollars, right? It's a few dollars. It's like 10 grand. And yeah. I actually was just having this argument with guys in the locker room at the last reality wrestling show because we were talking about Jake Hager. And, we've had some of our talent that's come through the doors of Row go over to Power Slap. And and try to go ahead and try their hand at it. I understand why they like wrestlers because if you notice Power Slap, it's so many pro wrestlers who are on there, I get it. They're athletic, they're characters, they got a social following. It makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, go ahead and put. I mean, let's be transparent. Hollywood, Haley J.
Hollywood.
Hollywood, Haley J. She did a Power Slap. And she got knocked the hell out as well.
She got knocked out. She did knock someone out too.
You knocked somebody. Jake Hager knocked somebody out in this.
Jake Hager knocked somebody out too.
I mean, so yeah, you could get a win. You could get a win doing this thing, but
it's not a sport. It's not a sport.
How far can you go doing this Power Slap?
You can't because again, there is some technique to it. I will give you. There's a technique to throwing a good slap, right? But I knew Jake Hager was going to lose as soon as he did this. He did his archery number.
Yeah, he did the piano. He did the right. Yeah.
And then he was doing his gimmick. His mouthpiece said "We the People." He did it, and I'm not hating on Jake Hager because I like Jake Hager. He was cool when he was in AEW and WWE. But he did the "We the People" thing. Nobody said it with him. Because they're not wrestling fans who are there at Power Slap. They don't know what he's doing.
He tried to get the people to get on board, bro.
He's trying to get it over. I get it. No, I get it. I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him. But to me, Power Slap is not a sport, and nobody can convince me it's a sport. Because to me, the art of a combat sport is having defense. And in Power Slap, if you try to let it go a little bit, they penalize you. And you got to get slapped again, right? You can't put there's nothing you can do to defend yourself. So I find that to be not a sport. And so no one can just slap me as hard as they can 3 times upside the head for 10 grand. Tell me that's worth it.
Yeah. With CTE.
That's what I'm saying.
With CTE being so prevalent these days, and we know exactly how it happens, head trauma. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather take a chair shot than take a Power Slap. Because the chair shot, I'm hiding.
Yeah. Facts.
You ain't gonna hit nothing but wrists. That's all you gonna hit.
That's facts though.
Yeah. But this Power Slap, bro, it's no way that your brain can't get rattled.
No.
After taking a shot like that. Jake Hager took one, bang. Then he took another one, bang. And both of those were like low on the chin. And then, I think his name was Singh. He changed the level, and he went up top, and he caught him right on the chin, right on the cheekbone area. And man, and he might have caught the chin too at the same time, but it knocked Jake Hager flat to where he was contorted. His body was just flat as it could possibly, as stiff as it could possibly be. And it's nothing good can come from that other than a good nap.
Yeah. And you'd be lucky if it's not, because I don't know if Jake Hager could ever fight after that again. That was such a hard hit. Like a solid.
After something like that, what would make you want to go to sleep like that again?
Money. That's it, right?
It's not that much. Like you said,
it's not enough.
$10,000. Okay. I just bought a round of suits, and that $10,000 would have covered. It would have covered it, but I would have had just a little change left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that $10,000, especially like today. You go to the grocery store and you come out with 2 bags and you spend $100.
You did get
not
nothing.
Not the big paper bags like we used to have when we was coming up. I'm talking about 2 of them little plastic bags. And it's I just came from the store. It was $100. I was like, man, hold up, bro. Gas prices. You fill up. That's $100. 10 grand does not take you very far in 2026.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't take you far. So I don't know. I will say what the people and the powers that be at UFC or TKO who are running Power Slap or whomever it is, and we're not disparaging, it's just our opinion, right? make your money, do your business, but they get what they want out of Power Slap. From the promoter side, they get what they want. They want people with big followings who are going to get knocked out cold. Like that Jake Hager knockout is going to be in all their sales media decks for as long as Power Slap is around. If they say, hey, you want to see a sizzle reel? The first slap they're showing is Jake Hager, right? Here's a big 240-pound man having his arms do like this, looking like a T-Rex laying on the ground.
He's like a contortionist.
Like a contortionist. It was like somebody was sending, like he just got tased. That's what he looked like. For real.
That's what
He looked like he got tased, and he's like that.
Yeah.
And he can't do anything about it. That's what they're going to show. They're going to say, this is what this sport, quote unquote, offers. And look, more power to them. If people want to do it, if people want to watch it, they can do it. It's just, it's hard to watch.
No, look here. It's very entertaining.
Yeah. No, it is. But it's just hard to see somebody get hit like that.
It's very entertaining. And for me, I'm going to watch it. Okay. If you got people that's willing to go out there and do it, and they're willing to go out there and do it for the, the prize, which is, cash money. Hey, more power to them. You only live once in this life. What? Go ahead.
Look, but you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen or know of the show? Well, yeah, you do. You know the show Jackass, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of it?
Of course I have.
You've watched some of it? To me, that's what this reminds me of. Is like, yes, this is humorous. Yes, it's entertaining. Yes, I'm going to watch it, especially if a clip comes up on social. But when I watch it, I go, damn, man, these guys are putting their bodies through something crazy.
You know how medicated Steve-O had to be doing that?
Oh, dude, I saw a video of him the other day where he was watching himself. This is what made me think of it. He's watching himself on Jackass for the first time. He's like, I've never seen the movie. So he's watching it. And during it, he's like doing a tightrope with chicken in his shorts and alligators are under him, right? And he goes, dude, I was on so much cocaine right there. And like he's calling it. He's like, he says it. You're right. He was medicated up.
That's what I said. That's why I said medicated. I ain't want to go.
He said it. I'm just saying what he said.
No, I'm just saying. Trust me, I know. But you have to be. You have to be. Jake Hager said that he was just to do Power Slap. You have to be a different type of person, and he is. A different type of person,
guy.
and I get that.
He's a tough guy.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. You know what I mean? Even. Like to walk inside that cage, you got to be a different type of person. To put the boxing gloves on, to go
sure.
12 rounds. You got to be a different type of person. You know what I mean? So I get it. I told, especially like this BKFC. I just got a hit from Dada. He sent me a YouTube, link to watch the show over the weekend. And I'm gonna tell you, man, those guys, man, that do that BKFC, bro, they're willing to die. They're willing to die inside that cage. This guy, this weekend, he got both of his front teeth knocked right out. And he picked them up and he was talking about them in the promo. And he was happy as hell about getting his teeth knocked out. So now you got to be a different type of person, to do combat. Hey, you're in the Hall of Fame, guys. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey guys, this episode of the Hall of Fame podcast is brought to you by Mudwater. Now, I'm somebody who loves the ritual of that morning brew. Yeah, I like the taste. I like having something warm in the morning. Hey, yo. And honestly, I like that little moment before the day gets going. Don't we all, brother? But sometimes a full cup of coffee can hit just a little too hard. You get the energy, but you also get the jitters, the crash. That feeling like your brain is moving faster than the rest of you. That's why I've been into Mudwater. It gives you that same morning ritual, but way less caffeine than coffee. It's made with mushrooms and adaptogens and is designed to give you more of a steady energy without that anxious spike. We all have that spike, especially in the mornings. The original blend is really good too. It's got cacao, chai, turmeric, functional mushrooms, so it's kind of like a spicy hot chocolate meets chai. Feels like something you can actually look forward to in the morning. And the best way to try it is with their starter kit. You get a full-size tin of your chosen blend, plus a free rechargeable frother. Free gifts and free shipping. They've got different flavors too. OG coffee, matcha, turmeric. So whatever your morning drink style is, there's something for you. Are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Just go to mudwater.com/Booker. That is mudwtr.com/Booker and grab the starter kit. Use code Booker and you'll get up to 43% off. Again, that's 43% off up to with the code Booker, Booker, at mudwtr.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you found them. Please tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Now also, this episode's also brought to you by GLD. Because I got to say, I'm really excited about this one because GLD makes pieces that instantly upgrade your look without trying too hard. Whether it's a chain, a bracelet, a watch, or pendant. It's one of those things where you can really feel the quality right away. And with Father's Day coming up, there's actually a great idea, guys. Dads, we're usually tough. I don't have any kids. I have a cat. I guess that counts. Dads are usually tough to shop for. They find one watch, one pair of sunglasses, one look they like, and they stick with it forever. So getting the dad in your life something from GLD is a way to give him something he'll actually use and wear. And while you're there, you might as well get some for yourself. GLD has chains, pendants, bracelets, watches, pieces for every kind of style. So if you like to keep it simple or you have some kind of everyday piece that you want, if you want something that stands out a little bit more, they got that too. If you're a sports fan, GLD has official collabs with the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, the MLB, the NCAA, NHL, MLS, and even DC Comics. So you can rep your favorite sports team or something you love in a way that actually feels personal. The quality's legit. We're talking real gold, hand-set stones, waterproof, sweatproof, and the craftsmanship, baby. You can feel it the second you put it on. The weight, the clasp, the detail, it all feels premium. And every piece is guaranteed for life. GLD has over 2 million customers and 50,000 5-star reviews. You've seen their pieces worn like people like Justin Bieber, Malik Neighbors, Micah Parsons, A$AP Rocky. What up, A$AP? And a lot more. So this is the perfect time to check them out because for a limited time, the new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BOOKER, BOOKER, to get 40% off GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Oh, yeah.
All right. In 3, 2. Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame. Let me tell you what my schedule can look like sometimes. I'm up early preparing for my television shows, talking about interviews throughout the day, handling meetings, deadlines, and then hosting a radio show in the evening with Booker T. By the time I finally get home, I'm exhausted, man. But somehow, the second my head hits the pillow, my brain wants to go over everything I did that day and everything I still got to do tomorrow. So that's when I wake up tired, and I'm more irritable than usual. My motivation isn't where it should be, and even when I make it to the gym, my recovery still feels different. Maybe you're like this too, and you start wondering why everything used to feel so easy. Now it suddenly takes so much more effort. A lot of men experience these same issues without realizing that may all be connected to stress and elevated cortisol levels. Then I found Mars Men. That's what got my attention about this product because Mars Men is designed to support healthy testosterone production while helping the body manage cortisol levels. That complete approach is why I'm so interested in Mars Men. Most products focus only on one side. It's either energy, it's testosterone support, or it's stress. Mars Men combines natural ingredients designed to help support a healthy testosterone level, healthy energy, stamina while keeping your body better to manage the everyday stress that can leave you feeling physically and mentally drained. There are no weird stimulants. There's no synthetic hormones. It's made in the USA, and every batch is third-party tested. What I also like about it is it isn't designed to feel like another temporary caffeine rush. Some men report consistent natural energy, greater mood stability, improved sleep quality, and better gym performance and recovery. Mars Men also offers 90-day money-back guarantee. According to Marsmen, more than 91% of users report those higher energy levels, and you can read through their reviews on their website and see what men are saying about this product. So, for a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com. 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 for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please let them know that the Hall of Fame sent you. And can you dig that, sucker?
The zone, and it starts with the biceps, you know what I mean? Then it goes to the triceps, you know what I mean? but we definitely trying to get the old bod right. BioAccelerator, we appreciate it.
Shout out to BioAccelerator. I did, by the way, we played the clip last week of Trick Willie when I had a chance to interview him, was talking about calling you out for SummerSlam 2027. And then, I don't know, he continued to call you out at Fanatics Fest, which went down over the weekend. He's yes, he keeps calling you out. He keeps throwing it out there. Giving you your praise, giving you your love, giving you your flowers, as we say. But he's still calling you out, even at Fanatics Fest. So I'm just saying, it might have to happen. It might have to happen.
Tell you something, man. I ain't running. I'm gonna tell you that right. I ain't hiding. I ain't hiding. I ain't running and none of that. Another Trick right now, he got it going on, and I would not want to mess up anything for Trick Williams right now. I'm serious. I would not want to do it. But tell you right now, you back a dog in a corner and watch what he do.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Might watch not like it. No, watch and see if he don't bite. Yeah. You know what I mean? Watch and just see if he don't watch and see what happened when you back a dog in the corner. See what happened. You know what I mean? So I'm just putting it out there. One thing about me, I'm in the gym. I'm still training as hard as I possibly can. And if somebody run up on me, trust me, I'm going to be able to use these things right here. All right? These things, what we call in H-Town, them fifth ward beads. All right? If I have to drop them on you, trust me, I'm going to drop them like they hot. And the thing is, I ain't going to hesitate. I ain't going to wait. Look here, I'm not going to procrastinate. All right? No. I'm going to just pop off and just do something. So my thing is this. I'm going to keep it real, cool hand Luke right now. I'm going to keep it real cool hand Luke. And like I say, but if something happened, don't say I didn't tell you so. All right? Hey, don't say I didn't tell you so.
Speaking of wrestling somebody who's maybe been, on the bench for a while or what have you, or resting up, maybe into a pseudo retirement. What do you think about the announcement of Gunther and Nick Aldis at SummerSlam? They're going to be wrestling one another at SummerSlam. Nick Aldis, I do not believe, at least since he's been, maybe he's had some tryouts or some dark matches back in the day, but since he's been with the WWE, he has not wrestled at all. I think the last time he wrestled was in TNA when he was Magnus, or maybe even in the NWA. When he was wrestling as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. What do you think of that? That kind of caught, I know it's in the story, but it kind of caught me off guard, like out of nowhere.
I like it, man. I really do, because Nick Aldis wasn't ready to, step away from the ring when he came over to WWE, but something about opportunity, man. When you get an opportunity like Nick Aldis got, to be the general manager of Raw, man, you take that and run with it. And the thing is, honestly, he's got like that James Bond feel. He's perfect for the job. He really is. He's perfect for that general manager role. I mean, he comes off so authoritative. What is it? Authoritative?
Yeah. Authoritative.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've got me mixed
up.
Well,
yeah, something like that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But he definitely has that feel to where he controls the show very, very well. He seems very believable when he talked to guys. And now you're going to believe him stepping back in the ring because I'm sure he's been in the gym and I'm sure he's been training. Yeah, and Nick Aldis always had a good body, so we're going to see exactly what he got left in the tank at SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to it.
So, I mean, I don't know if this is like a one and done for Nick Aldis or not. It's interesting that they really have put him in this interesting position, as one of the top guys, because he retired Goldberg, AJ, Cena, they all within a year's time. They had him wrestle Pat McAfee last year after WrestleMania, and I think that's Pat's last match that he's had. Nick Aldis coming out of retirement at SummerSlam. To me, I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe AJ Styles is a different animal altogether, but to me, it seems like we know Gunther can wrestle anybody and get a great match. Because if you go back and watch the Goldberg retirement match, it might be Goldberg's best match. I mean, except for him and Dallas Page at Halloween Havoc. But aside from that, it's one of his best matches, and it was his last match. Is that just really like I guess my question is, does that just show how much faith people have in Gunther to have him in those spots consistently?
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret that, Gunther's a hell of a guy to go out and be able to get the job done with anybody. You can put him in the ring with anybody, and it's going to come across, believable. It's going to come across with a real feel to it. Gunther is a general in the ring. He really, truly is. And working with somebody like Nick Aldis, Nick got credentials. He really has credentials. You know what I mean? Sure. As far as, NWA, TNA, overseas, he's pretty much done it all except in the WWE. And now he's got a chance to go and do it. And I appreciate them giving Nick Aldis a chance to actually go out there and do it. I mean, but like you said, also it plays perfectly into the story. Yeah,
it makes sense. It's not just a match out of nowhere. It's a weird match, like on paper, but it makes sense, for them to do. For them to do. What do you think though about the Cody Rhodes CM Punk? That's the main event of SummerSlam. It's gonna be Cody and Punk on that side. Obviously we know Roman and Seth on the other side for the world title. And then we know Brock and Obafemi in a Hell in a Cell. But when you think of Cody and Punk, what do you what kind of pops up to you when you think of that match?
Well, I mean, both of those guys seasoned. I think they can pull a good match out of each other.
Two AEW stars, two former champions over there. I want to point out there's some history there.
I think the build up to this thing has been really good. I don't know if you saw the kerfuffle, the joust back and forth between Punk, and Cody in the hallway.
Yeah, that was good.
It was real intense, and it had a really, really good feel to it. It had Shakespeare like vibes, to where it captured, the wrestling and the reality at the same time. Man, I don't know, man. These guys really may not like each other. It had that type of feel to it. So for me, everybody's wondering, what's going to happen with Cody. Is Cody, or are they going to pull the trigger, on Cody Rhodes? So I don't know, man. But I tell you, this match, I think they can go out there and pull off a hell of a match. I do think that
it's a huge match too. I mean, between these two guys, like that's a big deal. Those two guys working one another at SummerSlam, and like you said, there's a lot of history there. I do want to ask this one too, and we can get into more SummerSlam stuff in the end. And I want to ask you about some TNA stuff, but Roman Reigns, I think, was being interviewed with Jalen Brunson by Chad Ochocinco at the Fanatics Fest. And he was asked, is there anybody in the locker room who you really just don't like? Right? And he was like, look, anybody who watches is aware of who I don't like. Right? And he was referring to CM Punk. The crowd was chanting CM Punk. He goes, but honestly, he said, when I came back at SummerSlam during the pandemic, he goes, I didn't have any friends in the locker room anymore. Because I realized I could either be buddies and one of the boys, or I could go out there and be the guy who's making the needle move and carrying the company on his back and doing big numbers and making the money. I could be that guy. He goes, so other than my family, which he means like the Usos and Fatu, he goes, that's for real. That's forever. He goes, but other than that, I have no friends inside that locker room at all. There's nobody who's my buddy. What do you think of that? Him saying that?
I get it. I get it 100%. I didn't have a whole lot of friends either, I must say. I rode down the road with the referee, Nick Patrick. Him and I, we did most of our time on the road together. Very few wrestlers I've ever gone down the road with. Tuco Scorpio back in the day. Then there another referee back in the day, Brian Hildebrand. But very few wrestlers, even tag team partners. You know, I just didn't have that many friends, you know, on the road. Me and RVD, we were friends. You know, we rode down the road together, but very few, man. And you got to have that type of mentality if you want to be the guy, because so many people want to take your spot. You could be cordial. You could be, I mean, we're co-workers, but as far as breaking bread and having you over to my house, nah, that's not going to happen. You know, so I get it. I get it 100%. Hey, guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a sec.
Hey guys, support for today's show comes from Square, the business platform that helps sellers become neighborhood favorites. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or just trying to keep up with everyday demands, Square keeps your business running smoothly, from payments and point of sale to online orders, inventory, staffing, and more, all in one place so you can focus on your customers and not on your to-do list. You know we're always moving around over here, podcasting, live events, wrestling, appearances, flying all over state to state. And one thing I've always noticed is how many local businesses I love already use Square. Whether it's a coffee shop, a sneaker spot, a barber shop, or even events and conventions, everything just moves smooth with Square. The checkout is quick. Receipts hit your phone instantly, and the staff can actually focus on the customers instead of fighting with the register. That's what stands out to me, and it feels seamless because we already use this at Reality of Wrestling, and Square really works for your business at every level too. Whether you're just getting started or already growing, they bring payments, inventory, and online sales and operations together in one system without making things complicated. Square helps you run your business more smoothly, bringing payments, operations, and insights together all in one place. So whether you're ready for whatever is next, that's what you got to get. You got to get Square. Right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/booker. That's SQUARE.com/go/booker. Get started with Square and build a setup that works the way you do. And also, we got to shout out our guys at GLD for a second, because these guys have really impressed me. You know, a lot of times when you get jewelry online, you don't know what you're going to get, right? Sometimes it looks good in pictures on the model, but then you get it in person. It's lightweight, it feels cheap, and it doesn't hit the way that you hoped. But with GLD, that's a different story, brother. Yeah. First off, this chain right here that I'm wearing right now, the quality is crazy. It's crazy. I feel like Iceman. I feel like Drizzy Drake. You can feel the weight, the craftsmanship, the detail in the stones, the clasps. Everything about it feels premium, and I love that they make the pieces look incredible without those ridiculous luxury markups. What I rock with heavy is that they've got something for everybody. We're talking chains, pendants, rings, watches. Whether you want something clean and subtle or something that really pops with your fit, they've got you covered. And if you're into sports, they've got official collabs with the NFL, NBA, MLB, NCAA, and more, so you can really rep your squad the right way. The other thing I like, the pieces are built to last. We're talking waterproof, sweatproof, lifetime guarantee. That's not something you just wear 2 times and throw it in a drawer, man. You can actually wear it every single day. And I'm telling you, when you throw on a fresh chain, it changes the whole energy. The fit looks better. You feel more confident. The ladies, they notice it. So you can do this. Let's do it together. It just adds something a little bit extra. Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BOOKER to get 40% off at GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please let them know the Hall of Fame sent you. So now, let's start the show. All right, guys, Brad Gilmore here, and we're going to talk to you about Earn In. You know, one thing I've never understood is why you have to wait for the work that you've already done. Why you got to wait to get paid? Think about it. We live in a world where you can stream a movie instantly. You can order dinner from your phone. You can talk to somebody on the other side of the world. But when it comes to getting your paycheck now, we're still waiting on a date on the calendar. That's why I want to tell you about EarnIn. EarnIn is a financial technology company. It's not a bank, but it gives you access to money you've already earned instead of making you wait until payday. You can access up to $150 a day with a maximum of $1,000 between paychecks. And I think the key thing here is this is not alone. I repeat, this is not alone. It's not borrowing money. It's not a payday advance. It's your money that you've already worked for. I know I've had moments in my life where a bill came due, something unexpected may have popped up, or there was an opportunity I wanted to jump on, and the timing of that paycheck, the way the checkings and the savings works, it was standing in the way. Not because I didn't have the money, just because that payday has not arrived yet. With EarnIn, you don't have to play that waiting game anymore. Tips are optional, and standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. If you need your money faster, expedited transfers are available for a fee starting at $3.99 and capped at $5.99. More than 5 million people have already downloaded EarnIn, and it's easy to see why. It's a smarter way to manage the money that you've already earned. So download EarnIn from the App Store or Google Play today. That's EarnIn, spelled like earning money without the G. But we always keep a G at the Hall of Fame. So that's when you sign up. Type in Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show. Again, EarnIn is a financial technology company. It is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and do not affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Hell of a package. Hell of a package, man. It really was. I'm serious, man. Won all the titles, man. All of them. That's a hell of a feat. It really was.
Well, I mean, I think people don't know this, that honestly, if you talk about just WCW, ECW, TNA, WWE, right? If you just limit it to those promotions, you're the most decorated professional wrestler of all time.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
If you limit it to of all time.
Like I said in that clip, man, I just wanted to be remembered with the greats. That's all I wanted. I mean, the titles and stuff, that kind of stuff just comes along with being good at what you do. But I remember, talking about guys like, Bachwinkle and, JYD, guys like Flair, Steamboat, Savage. I was like, man, I just want my name to go down with the great wrestlers, and that was my goal from the beginning, to be the best wrestler in the locker room. And I swear I had so much fun, in those WCW days, being a young green kid and thinking I was really, really the stuff, you know what I mean? And I wanted all the smoke, and I would bring it, and I would bring it every night. And I'm talking so much crap, and I know these guys want to just jump on me, but my brother's 300 pounds. I got back up. You know what I mean? So it was some crazy times, coming up in WCW, man. We've heard about me talking about me being top 5, top 5 in the world, and I come back in the locker room just yelling it. And Philly, maybe that's why he kicked me in the back so hard in that match that we had.
Might have something to do with it.
That I'm still feeling to this day. I'm sure that probably had something to do with it,
Yeah, Steve Austin, by the way, tells the best version of that top 5 in the world story. He told it on this show.
I started in WCW though.
Yeah,
I took it
that's what he was saying, because remember, he was there at the time.
Oh my God, man. Oh man. It's great times though at WCW.
Oh yeah, man, the best of times. I want to ask you though, we have a couple super chats, so we'll make it short on this question I had, but what was like have you watched all the Dark Side of the Rings on the TNA and Jeff Jarrett stuff? You've been watching some of those?
Well, I watched 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. A really fascinating story. And actually, I walked away with it, especially after the first one, having a hell of a lot of, not that I didn't before, but I had a hell of a lot of respect for Jeff Jarrett. Just like, look, he knew he couldn't go back to the WWE because Vince did the thing where, hey, you're fired on television, right? GOONEE, whatever it was, you're gone.
GOONNE. God.
That's dirty, man. That's dirty. That's so dirty to do him like that. So that's such a Vince thing to do, though, too, right?
It really was, man. I laughed so hard when I saw that because I didn't remember that until I saw it. Oh, but it's just stupid, man.
But what I was gonna ask you is, what I was gonna say is like he knew he couldn't go anywhere else, so he made his own promotion, and TNA's still around today, and that's 24 years later. So I mean, shout out to him. He did something incredible that I'm sure no one thought he could do, along with his dad. But like when you watch that stuff about TNA, I hate to rag on anybody, but it really feels like the company was on a great trajectory, and then Hogan and Bischoff came and made it WCW 2.0.
You know, TNA had something special, and I realized that when I was there for my short time. They really, really had something special. Bischoff and Hogan came in right when I was getting ready to leave.
So yeah, they came in like 09, 2010, somewhere around there, right?
Oh, they came right when I was leaving. They were coming in.
Got it.
Almost, a month, two apart. And I was like, man, I knew it was time for me to get up out of there. But when I saw Bischoff, and it really shocked me more than anything, coming from Bischoff. But maybe that's how. I don't know. The only word I could use is out of touch. Okay, because I know Hogan wanted to get rid of the 6-sided ring, and then
one of the worst decisions.
And then Bischoff backed him on that decision, and he was in agreement as far as getting rid of the 6-sided ring. What can you actually do in the 6-sided ring? That was his question. If you're not doing anything in the ring to enhance the match with the 6 sides, why do you have it? I go, that is the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
It's very crazy.
I mean, you just get rid of the whole identity of the company. You just gutted it for no reason to make it traditional, which we didn't want to see traditional from TNA. And when I saw that, man, it was like a gut punch. And I'm like, wow, man, this guy was really willing to follow Hogan all the way off a cliff. And that's the sad part. That was really, really sad to hear Eric Bischoff say something like that. Really, it really hit home with me. It really made me feel a certain way and left a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, getting rid of the 6 sides was the beginning of a cavalcade of bad decisions. And look here. I don't fault Bischoff. I really don't, because Hogan was his boy.
Look, I didn't like the 6-sided ring.
I heard it sucked to bump him.
But look here. No, it wasn't even about bumping. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to do a whole lot in it anyway.
Especially not if your name's Matt Morgan. No, I'm kidding.
No, the thing is, it was for the young guys.
Yeah.
To be able to go out there and do whatever they wanted to do and create whatever they wanted to create with those. It was for those young guys. It wasn't for the older talent like myself coming in there. I could still go out there and hit the ropes. I could drop. I could do whatever I needed to do inside the 6-side or the 4-sided. So taking that 6-side away, it totally took the identity away from TNA.
Well, I actually want to we can do a longer episode on TNA, because I have a lot of things, because that run of TNA from like 2004 to 2010 was awesome. It was such a fun thing as a fan to have something like that to watch, and that gave us the AJ Styles and the Samoa Joes and stuff. But we have Super Chats, and I don't want to miss out on those, so we'll go ahead and get to them now. This one comes from Virgil Dawkins. Hey, Booker, I noticed that you have a stronger presence doing commentary on the WWE 2K26 game. Is that a sign you'll be transitioning to the main roster?
I hope not.
You said
no. I got a strong game on 2K26, but I mean, that's my studio right here. I got my studio right here. I'm in here every Monday, a lot of times on Thursdays, and I go hard, bro. I go hard. I mean, it's not like a day off or anything like that. I'm bringing the energy to the video game, because I want the people that buy the video game to feel it, man. I want them to be excited, when a move is coming up or somebody's making their entrance to the ring, or somebody just did something underhanded. I'm bringing the heat just like I bring it on NXT. So hopefully, we keep getting that check, baby. Keep getting the paper, baby. It's all about putting in the work, man. So I appreciate that, though. I really appreciate it. But no, I don't want to go. Main roster, just too much travel, man. I got to go too many places. You know what I mean? 52 weeks out of the year, I'll be in a different spot every week, and it's really hard on the old bones.
It's a lot of travel, and you know what? Longer shows, right? I mean, sometimes in other arenas and stuff like that. Virgil also says, before we get out of here, Obafemi has the potential to be the next Roman Reigns. It would be cool to see him start a faction with Omos, like his own version of the Bloodline, but African. I don't think he needs a faction. I think you leave him as a solo act.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play with that or anything like that. You don't do anything like that as far as the faction go with somebody like Oba until he's in his tenure and getting ready. He's well into his career. Right now Oba's just getting off the ground. He's got the rocket on him right now. He's going straight to them. He's doing everything right.
Yeah.
Obafemi. So only thing they got to do now is just pull the trigger and let Obafemi do his thing. And like I say, it definitely will be room for something like that in the future, but I just don't think it's time for something like that right now.
And our final one comes from Callie Toenail. I want Charlotte to get that interim title. Of course, they are doing an interim women's championship because Rhea Ripley is injured. But my reality of wrestling says JC Jane for the W to complete the faction with titles at SummerSlam. Yes, Fatal Influence won the women's tag team championships in Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm. And JC Jane, she's perfect for the main roster. We've heard nothing about JC Jane since she's been on the main roster, have we? Right? Nothing but good things.
Right.
Thanks. Nothing but how she brings the noise. How JC Jane goes out and like I said, you better get your ticket to ride. Because the rock star's in town, baby. And it's one night only. You know what I mean? So now, JC Jane, do not bet against JC Jane because she is the real deal.
I could see it happening. Yeah, I hate that Rhea's gone down with injury or what have you, but I like JC, the heel, as the champion, so that when Rhea comes back, she's got someone to work with. I like it.
Yeah, no doubt. I like that as well. And I hate Rhea Ripley going. What actually do we know the injury?
Let me see here. Rhea injury. I don't know if they've said exactly what it is. They might have, and I missed it. But I hate that she's gone down. Right knee, slight tear of the right meniscus. Slight tear. So not a full tear, but a slight tear of the right meniscus. Knee injuries can keep you down for a while. Thankfully, it's a slight tear.
Time off is your worst enemy, man. You got to get back in the game and get back in the game quick. And so now, Rip. We can't wait till you get back, but we got to get out of here, man. If that's the last one,
That's it.
Man, we got to get. I got to go pick the kids up. They're doing driver's ed right now. It's crazy.
Hell.
I'm getting too damn old. No, man, I want to thank you guys, the people. Thank the people for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Give your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, super chatters. We appreciate you guys as well. Brad for all the heavy lifting. As always, and until next time, peace. We love you. We out.
Let's make use of what is better for us. Nevertheless, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. Love it when you wear that pink blouse, hair tied back, and when you laugh, your nose wrinkles. Girl, I'm all about that. Matter of fact, pick a spot, we could run up the map. Vacation forever, we could never come back. See it go together like Ralph and Lauren. And I hear it in your accent, your mama's probably foreign. Everything that I like, I swear it's a lot. And baby girl, you a star, don't let them tell you you're not. Because it's something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. crazy. Let's make use of what this bed is for. It's never less, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. Yeah, something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. Let's make use of what this bed is for. It's never less, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. And I think I like it. No, I know I love it. Matter of fact, when I'm sitting there, start thinking of it. You got that hourglass body with an ass and some class that would outlast any loves in my past. And it's got me thinking fast like this. Yeah, I love your lips cause I love your kiss and I love your eyes and I love your hips and I love your touch and you love my grip. Everything I love, I swear it's a lot. And baby girl, you a star, don't let them tell you you're not. Because it's something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do them things you do, you drive me loco. Let's make use of what this bed is for. Nevertheless, it's always more. Now I never gotta fly so low. Something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. Let's make use of what this bed is for. It's never less, it's always more. I do whatever's better for my lady. Yeah, something about the way the things you do, the things you do. Cause when you do the things you do, you drive me crazy. End up on an island shore with $1,000 pedicures. I do whatever's better